It's predatory. And when you're an artist and you're serious about this shit and you want to fucking do it, you're willing to do anything. You're like, I will do anything to achieve my fucking goals. And what these people do...
Real FERM! He's the realest!
It's the Real FERM podcast with your host, FERM.
Wowee. Special intro there. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining. I think we're on the 15th episode at this point. Slowly getting better and covering, just experimenting away. We're talking about all kinds of things. The trends. This time we're going to get out of the trends and do some more personal, real-time stuff that's on our mind and about the music industry and all of that. But speaking of, just quick update. I read another article that like more people are coming forward with accusations about Lizzo.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if they're true or not. I just saw another thing that was like.
Oh no.
Yeah. The attorney's like a couple more people are coming forward.
I guess I should plead the fifth after the last comments, but you know what?
Those
Fuck
are all
that.
on the shorts. If you got to watch the whole thing to get the context.
Yeah, literally,
that's
you
how
gotta
people
watch
get
the whole
canceled
thing.
because nobody wants to take the time to watch because I understand they got a lot of other things they're watching and they want to just watch clips.
We clickbaited you, so now you have to watch the full thing, but they're not watching the full thing. Anywho,
catch-22.
You know, some people will watch it, some people won't. In due time, brother, in due time.
Or listen. If you're just watching, check us out on Apple and Spotify and all the other platforms. And please, if you listen to the episodes there, rate them. Press the 5 stars. Give us a review on there. That's cool.
Review that. Be honest. Be real. I hope you like it, though.
And if you're just listening, youtube.com/@RealFerm. The @ symbol, RealFerm. All right, so today, there's something we were thinking about talking about before. It kind of came up briefly when in the history of me and my origins, and the idea of what the music industry has come to, especially in the online social media space. People trying to make money in businesses off of music and the abundance, exponential increase of people realizing that they have at their fingertips the ability to make music and to some capacity or another without having to spend a bunch of money. And we're going to talk about that because Rockstarliiife, being an artist who we met through this whole kind of situation.
We met because of these things. We met because of bad things. So, as FERM was saying...
Give a recap of that.
So...
quickly, though.
Quickly. So, basically, a streamer who does live music reviews, he hit me up on Instagram, and he said, hey, I liked your song, blank. I'm not going to say what song he likes, because why not? And so he said, I like your song, blank, so I want you to like submit your song to my stream because I really want to play your song. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I joined his stream, this fucking British guy, fuck him. And I was on his stream for 4 hours. The entire time I'm at work, I'm like, oh, cool, he's going to play my thing. I haven't done this in a while because in my area, it's very frowned upon to do it. We'll touch on that in a minute. Yeah, so, anywho, I was there for 4 hours, and he never played my fucking song, even though I submitted the song about 30 minutes before the stream even started. I hit him up afterwards. I was like, hey, you didn't play my fucking song. He's like, oh, man, you should have told me that while I was in there. I was like, bro, you have a whole list and shit. The hell?
It's just an email. A bunch of emails is what it is. There's no list.
Exactly. So
I got the list.
Yeah, FERM got the list. So if you want a real upcoming artist radio, you go to FERM Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, anywho, out of anger, and I'm like, if you say I can't do something, I'm going to fucking do it. I ended up, just going on YouTube and searching live music reviews, and FERM was the first face. Look at this pretty Italian face right here. That's the first one to see.
And then, I quickly took a liking to his style, and he said, I forgot how it came up, but I think I was looking at some of your music videos, and I was like, oh, where is that? Looks familiar. It was like in Tampa,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, I live in the area, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you should come to, and then the rest is history. Here we are. And he started the podcast essentially because I wanted to start doing in-person interviews, and then it turned into like, well, I love podcasts, I love watching them, so let me do one of my own. So now, it's here we are.
So here's a green flag. So what he just said is a green flag in the music industry, right? Green flag is you want to do something with someone, and the other one's like, all right, bet, let's do it. You said you want to do it. All right, bet, let's do it. Why not, right? Now, red flags in the music industry. If you say, hey, I want to do this, and the other person's like, do we have to? That's something new, blah, blah, blah. It's a red flag, because if you want to make it in the industry, and granted, I have not made it. I'm not very successful in the slightest. I just have gotten far in some sense, right? Is you want a green flag as someone to be around you that is willing to try new things, right? So red flag number 1 is someone in the industry that has a capability of doing things as well as the want to do it but no drive to do it. So if you're around someone who can be capable, can be willing, but won't do it, stay the fuck away from them. That is going to destroy you.
So that made me think of I don't know, not exactly what you just said, but the whole the complication of internet communication.
Yes.
And which is why I shy away from getting too close to people through social media exclusively, because there's a lot of bad actors out there.
Oh, bro.
And it's hard to gauge whether like what their like
intentions
exactly are. And through just DMs, and you lose so much of the human connection. So when you meet someone in person, then you really can know like, oh, this is gonna be good. I can trust this person. And I mean, we all have our faults. Nobody's a perfect fit. Exactly. Neither am I.
But
that's the root of most issues today. I mean, it still happens in person all the time, but the root of most issues is everyone's trying to connect online without having to meet up and leave their house.
Oh, yeah.
So you get all these like people, and then the predatory. The main thing is anything entertainment industry, music, whatever, where someone has a idea like, I'm going to be famous, I'm going to make a lot of money. They have such a passion and a drive to do it. They're very thirsty, and it's very easy to prey on that and to get them to either give you money for something with the hopes and dreams of, oh, this will make me famous, this will further my career, I'll give this person this money or whatever. And
you know what it is too?
It's sketchy.
It's not only sketchy, but it's predatory. And when you're an artist and you're serious about this shit and you want to fucking do it, you're willing to do anything. You're like, I will do anything to achieve my fucking goals. And what these people do, I don't even want to say companies, they're people, is what they are.
Some companies, though, too.
Some companies, they definitely do it. But a majority of you online watching this right now, you will get hit up by someone, and you haven't been... Now, mind you...
All you have to do is release a song on any platform, and someone will find you.
You hashtag that shit, promote it on this thing, and they say, all right, well, we're going to charge you fucking $50 for it. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. All their numbers are fake, 1. 2...
Oh, yeah, the numbers is
their numbers are fake, 1. 2, they're not going to give you any real engagement and real fans. And if you want to do anything in this thing, you have to get real fans. Mind you... I'm not the fucking most popular person, but I have some insight on here.
Right.
All right. Now, what he was just talking about with what you were just talking about with the meeting up people in person. Now, another predatory thing that people do is they use their online persona and their online perceived accomplishments to basically justify the use of not only toxic behavior, but also be able to use and abuse you and basically just use the shit out of you and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So another red flag in the music industry is whenever you see someone that has accolades or whatever the fuck, and they promise you things, do not judge them off of the things that they do for others and for themselves. Judge them for the things that they said they would do but do not do. Judge them for their actions and not them.
Actions speak louder than words.
Actions speak louder than words, exactly.
And they speak louder than numbers.
Oh, absolutely.
But back to what you're saying about the numbers and the that's another like huge, because it's like such a paradoxical thing, because not only a lot of times numbers are inflated via bot accounts or whatever, but just the like, even though people know that that's a possibility, when you see, like, you go to an Instagram page, say, and it says 50,000 followers, you're immediately like, whoa, like something in you just instinctively thinks they're important. They're doing something special.
Yeah.
I want to get a part of that.
Yeah.
That has such a powerful impact on someone who's also trying to get to those numbers. They want
the customer base as well, bro. Like when you call it, when I call it customer base, I'm like downgrading, but I'm
clientele,
really not. Clientele, future fans and shit like that. Whenever you're sharing your music and be like, yes, this is me, it solidifies you as being actually like good, right? So I will tell you a story that I do not like to publicly say, but it is important for other people here. So
okay,
I'm no problem embarrassing myself to help somebody out there. So
have I heard this story?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
You've heard tidbits, but so I got approached. I started, posting my music more online and stuff like that. I got more confident with like showing off my music, right?
That's good.
And so I'm posting my music, blah blah blah, using those goddamn hashtags, rap and hip hop and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Use those hashtags. Tell me how many promoted on this site you get, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm using these things, and some guy hits me up, and he's like, oh, well, your social media is like your most important thing. Boom, boom, boom. You should like literally with your type of music, you should be like higher, right? I'm like, I know, I just don't like posting.
Right.
I'm like, I know, I just don't like posting. I don't post a lot, and when I do, I'm like very like overthinking about shit. Blah blah blah.
Me too.
And he's like, all right, well, here's what I can help you do. So he's like, I run this thing. I'm starting up this business where we're helping up people with low social media followings. And what we do is we basically share your profile on all these other platforms, blah, 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 get you there, right? This is 2019. 2019, I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, well, because it is a business, I do need to have like receipt, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, that's fine. I don't know you. This is obviously a transactional relationship. That's fine with me, right? So he's like, well, so here are the prices for the thing, and he like sends me a thing.
The menu,
the fucking menu. He's like, all right, you can get this, you can get this, you can get this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I spend about $100. I'm just trying to increase my social awareness and shit like that. And that $100 I spent has fucking haunted me to this day. It is fucking 2023 right now, and fucking this was in 2019.
How did it haunt you? Because you wish you could get it back, or is it?
No, it is because
a stain. Like, what did it do?
Stained everything. What this guy did.
Inflated numbers.
He inflated everything. So my following went from 200, I think it was like 600 or something like that. Went from like 600 followers to about 30,000 followers in like the span of a week. And I'm dumb. I'm young. I'm just hungry, bro. I don't fucking know nothing. No one knows shit, and I'm over trusting. I'm just trying to make it. So my following goes up to 30,000. All of my posts get like all of a sudden, and this is in a span of a week, all of my posts previous and blah 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 all get over 100 likes, no comments. And then I post.
They didn't figure that out until later. How to do that? Because they do that now. But yeah.
And then whatchamacallit, and now, mind you, my whole Instagram page is around my brand, which is around me.
So it's a stain on your.
So it's a stain.
Yeah. That happened to me in a way on YouTube as well.
So he'd be like, I would post a picture, right? After like the week is over, and like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I don't have much on here, right? I post a picture, and I get like 2 fucking likes on it. I'm like, how do I have like over 30,000 followers at this point. How do I only get 2 likes in a span of a whole 24-hour set with no comments and shit like that? How does that work?
Did you contact the guy?
So I contacted the
He's
guy.
like, oh, your thing's over.
I was like, hey, what's going on?
Need more money.
Hey, mind you, this is in 2019. I do not go on. I don't like. You know me. I don't like social media like that. I just
Same.
have to do it. So all of a sudden, I'm like, I hit him up. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I don't know what's happening. He's like, oh, well, if you want me to like help out with more likes and stuff like that, it's gonna be an extra like $50 and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm at almost 40,000 followers, right? I'm at almost 40,000 followers, all of which are fucking fake.
Maybe some of them trickled in because of. I think that's the whole idea of that is like, oh, your engagement will go up, so people will see, real people will see that, and then follow as well.
That's how I play it now, because it helps out. It helps out that they see over 10K, and they're like, okay, you're actually solidified, right?
Exactly.
So in that sense, it helps out by getting new people, right? But then whenever I post and there's like no engagement, but they see the following. It is the most infuriating thing, because it's like this was not my intention. I was told, and I did very light research at the time. Mm-hmm. So anytime anybody hits you up about something, you do research. Do a little more research than me, because the research that I did on this person came out all good. So it was good research. It was like, this is a actual thing, blah blah blah, right? But I didn't do enough, obviously. So now I have 14,000 followers, and the most comments a post of mine will get is 20, and the most likes that I will get is fucking like 30.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
It is, but it's like that's after like a year of like starting. So I basically started. Imagine starting your whole account over.
Oh yeah, you want to make a new account
with fucking 30, like with like 20,000 fucking followers. It doesn't make any sense. And, like, you can't, like, just be like, hey, yeah, so this shit happened to me. I get clowned on all the time, which is fine. But, like, red flag is whenever someone hits you up about a service that they can do for you.
That involves increasing your following.
Yes.
For money.
Absolutely. That do not, like, I swear, just post regularly,
I can give a quick...
That's what I wish I did, please.
So, well, another point I was going to make was because you were saying you were young, you didn't do the research. Most of the artists, especially the ones that come through to my stream regularly, are like 15-year-old, 16-year-old young teenagers or young adults, and they are new into that world. So yeah, they're very susceptible to that. And so yeah, and the number, and especially at that age, the numbers are always everything. Especially even to like record labels, like, oh, how many fans do you have? How many streams do you have? So you would think like, oh, all I have to do is get those numbers up, and then I'll get paid or something. Or I'll get famous.
No, you put sorry, but you put it like this too, right? You're like, why? So like at my point in time, right, when I did that, I'm like, people aren't taking me seriously because the numbers
because
like
of the
this.
number. It's a paradigm.
So I'm like, fuck, okay, what do I do? How do I do it? Oh, you have to post this much.
Sell your soul to get the numbers.
You got to do this, you got to do that. So then at some point you're sitting there like, what the... How can I do that? And you're sitting there for like... I was sitting there for a month, brother. For a month, I was sitting there like, I cannot... I'm getting like 2 followers a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I either have to keep paying this guy or...
No, this is before him. And then he came and
right.
I'm like, perfect, because I've been struggling with this. And then all of a sudden, now I get a massive influx that makes no sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, granted, artists care more than the consumer. All right? Artists and people who are actually taking this shit seriously take this way more seriously.
Until you get like super fan, then they care more than you sometimes.
Exactly.
Make me another song. I'm running out of.
Oh my god! I know.
It's a funny back and forth.
It's a whole fucking thing. But due to time, want me to segue to the next one?
Well, wait. I was gonna give you my
please.
example of the YouTube thing.
Oh please.
Well, I also get through Instagram. I'll get people soliciting services like that, like, here's the menu, pay this much and we'll increase your engagement, whatever, blah blah blah. But like last year at some point, because I wanted to, like, my whole thing, like, I know for anyone who's trying to make art or a content creation, as long as you have something of value, which most people do, at least in their own personality, there will be enough people out using the internet that you can create a following out of. You just have to reach them, right?
Consistency on posting shit.
But not even that. Just like they exist. All you have to do is find them, get the audience, and then you have your audience and you can do your thing, right? So that was I was like, okay, I don't want to just buy, follow, whatever. So I start coming across, and this is before ChatGPT got really big, or it was even a thing. I started seeing like these ads for targeted, find your audience through our special AI algorithms. Pay, $50. It was like $50 a week or something, or $49, and where it was like a free trial, and then, so I was like, all right, let me try it for YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, and then there was like, we share your page on our pages, which have millions of followers, and then real people will come acroose it.
Yep. It can look real as hell.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is convincing. So I did it for like 2 weeks, and then like all of a sudden, like one a stream that I'd already finished, like 2 days later, gets like 2,000 views. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is a bad look. And then some comments from like saying completely random things.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is a bad look. Even one of the artists that like first joined like a while back was like, I think your page is being botted. And I'm like, yeah, man, I hate to say it, but I did that myself. I didn't mean to. I'm trying to get it canceled. So yeah, that happened to me. And then for you to everything that exists all over. And
it literally, and like,
don't fall for it. It's not worth it.
And literally, like, I promise you, there are more people like me and FERM that get we get jugged into it, bro. Like, we just, all of a sudden, we're not.
It's good marketing.
We're not trying, but we weren't trying to get bots. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
And then we get
But they
like hounded for
convince you
having bots. We're like, we didn't fucking know. So,
right.
Whatchamacallit, it's like, it's the same thing over here too. It's like, you know why my primary reason for buying the fucking checkmark on Instagram is? Because
for the image, the look.
No.
Oh.
No, it may seem like that, but
it could increase engagement. I don't understand.
So something that's on checkmarked verified accounts, it's not on normal ones. Is on normal ones. I don't know about you, but I use Instagram like DMs as like my text for a lot of people, right? I text a lot of people through Instagram. And I would get my DMs flooded with fucking people that say, hey, buy this service.
Right.
Buy this service. Well, with a check mark, all of these people that I don't follow that message me, they go straight to the requests.
That happens to me too. I'm not verified.
It's a lot more.
Oh, it's
now.
better filtered?
It's so much more filtered. So, like, it's not even for the image. It's just so I don't want to fucking see their fucking messages because they just annoy me so much.
Not to discredit what you just said, but I'm pretty, like, I'm not verified, and you can set it to, like, if they're not following you, then it automatically goes to, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Maybe it helps. I'm sure.
If that works,
listen.
My thing will not be verified in the next week.
Listen, I think it's a good thing because the whole point of the paying for verification is because I wanted to do it too to look more official, but it has to be a person. It has to be an identity of a person.
Yeah, it does.
You have to have your name and stuff. My name's Anthony Gladi. I don't give a shit about that privacy. It's just mine's a brand, and I can't have it called Real FERM and then have the logo.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have a picture of you verified. So
which is what
there is something useful about it. So I mean I kind of side with you.
Once we start getting press and shit like that, so all they really care about is press accounts and fan accounts and stuff like that, right? So if you there's a whole like podcast one of the persons that does that shit, right?
Cool.
So once we start getting into the press and shit like that, then I will most definitely stop paying for that shit and just go through the normal verification process. And same thing with you as well. The lucky thing is, though, I started it. Like I did this for this reason, for like the requests and shit like that. So from what you're telling me,
yeah, I'm not sure that's a thing. I don't know.
They changed it all up.
I'm sure there's more benefits.
So now imagine this. Imagine you're an artist and shit like that, right? And you paid for the check mark, not for the look or nothing like that, right? But just for like, all right, put all these fucking requests that I'm getting because my page is fucking full. I have to scroll through all these fucking people just to text the person I was texting an hour ago.
Yeah.
You know? And then now it's like, oh, I don't have to do it. now I gotta have my check mark taken off, which I
I
have no
wouldn't.
problem with.
I don't think you should. I think you should keep it. It's a good look. Just because the average person look, or like the news, I don't know. It's
Well,
there's
so
a big thing
we-
about appearance on social media.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like we were saying with the number count, as grimy and weird as it is when you really think about it, you just have to deal with it
You got to.
and pay. Whatever.
And you know what? And let me tell you something. There's a lot of I don't want to just say bias, but it's not bias, but it's like you like paid your way, kind of like an industry plant kind of thing.
Yeah. But so many people do it. I think nobody really cares or talks about
No.
it. Some people will if they have no money to do it, and then they'll call and be like, "You're buying your followers because I can't, because I would
Yeah.
if I could." Or something. Because I think a lot of people do, and you wouldn't expect it. And yeah, it's
yeah. Oh, fuck! I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you this. So after I bought the followers and shit like that,
the service from the guy.
Let me be clear: the service for real
Solicited
actual
service,
engagement,
yeah.
which was not fucking what happened. I hated it so fucking much. I stopped.
Yeah, because it's not.
I know it's
like,
fake, and I'm
yeah.
like, bro, fuck this. So I stopped posting for 6 months, around 6 months, right? And so that did two things. One, that destroyed my algorithm. That
That's
destroyed
a
it.
whole nother thing. Oh my god.
And we'll have a part 2. But
Yeah.
it stopped all like the fake likes, which is what I liked. So then I'm like over here at like 20K with like 5 likes. I feel better with those 5 likes than I do the other ones because I'm like, this wasn't intentional.
Yeah, because you know that it's a person seeing it and
Yeah.
being like, I like this guy. Like,
Exactly, and I can't delete my. What can you do?
You can't do-
You
yeah,
can't
it's just
do
there.
anything after you fuck up.
you
all
can't.
right.
And the other weird thing is that, like, in the terms of service or whatever of like YouTube and Instagram, like it's against the rules to have fake, But it's such
Yeah.
a gray area. Here's an interesting thing. You can't get banned for fake accounts for the reason of it's not traceable. If I hated you, if I was like your enemy,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, I want to get him fucking banned, I could just anonymously send 100,000 followers to your Instagram account.
Yep.
And they can't. They're not
Absolutely.
going to ban you because you didn't. They can't tell who did it. So that's why
Absolutely.
it just can still happen, and it will always happen until they somehow figure out a way to stop that. But I don't think that's going to happen. It gets really in the weeds.
It's so frustrating too because there's nothing that you can do about it. Like if I could in theory delete all the bots. I mean, they did a bot purge like a year ago, right?
Yeah, they did it on YouTube too.
So, but the thing is though, I already was at 14 point something K. I was already there. And then the bot purge came and nothing happened. So I'm like, I don't know if like granted it got up to 32
Yeah.
or some shit like 32 or some shit like that. I don't really care. But like, so I'm curious if like they've done it already and like it's kind of done and mine just kind of
Yeah.
like stopped doing it or some shit. I don't fucking know.
And not everyone that follows you sees what is going to be engaged, because just because you're following someone doesn't mean you're going to, unless you're always engaging with them, you're going to stop seeing them because of all the other people that you usually engage with come first.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're spending your whole day on Instagram going through everyone's posts that you follow, you're not going to see them all. So of course you're going to have more followers than you have engaged. There's like, at least on YouTube, the subscribers is like, at this point, it's like a legacy thing. You used to go to your subscribe. I remember back in the day, I would go to my subscriptions. Who uploaded today? Now it's just all recommended. Subscribers is just like a badge of honor at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a video you upload, if it gets 10% of the subscriber count, it's a pretty good video.
Yeah.
And then of those views, about 10% of the views might hit the like button. Yeah. And then of those 10% people that hit the like button might leave a comment.
Yeah.
It's like the engagement is a trickling down of how engaged people are depending on the variety. Social media is
it's a fucking weird thing.
Delicate,
and as
complex.
artists, it is something that we have to do. And it is very fucking complicated. And there's a lot of roadblocks. And there's a lot of things that will happen that we don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And
So, end message is be careful. Don't fall into if somebody seems like they're offering you something that's too good to be true. Don't give them money for it unless it's somebody real giving you something and you really want to pay for it. Go for it. But if it's any kind of engagement or boosting, do it the old-fashioned way. Just grind.
Just grind, because you could be like us and believe that it's
Yeah.
real, but it's not real at all. And stay
horror
tuned for
stories.
part 2.
Yeah, well, maybe at one point we'll do that. Thank you all for watching and listening. See you next time. Have a good one. Peace out.